I got a second strike for hate speech, apparently, to do with this video. Right, here we go, Jesse Ventura. Right. And he does some tough show. But when the 9/11 towers was demolished by planned detonations, this man claimed he had the actual videotape of a BBC reporter stating, and she did because I seen it, that the building number 7 had actually been demolished, but it was right in the background as she's broadcasting the so-called event. So it hadn't fell down, but she's broadcasting that it had. This is the BBC. Now Jesse Ventura was arguing, saying, no, she stated it to Piers Morgan that he got the tape. And Piers Morgan saying, no, that wouldn't happen, the BBC wouldn't do such a thing. Right, so, and he's saying it was a planned destruction. Well, he was right, it was a planned destruction. But he swapped sides. Look who his little famous guest is going to be next on his show.
It's time for a break. When we come back, Jesse sits down with friend of the show, astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh,
and
boy.
of course, they're going to be talking all about space. We'll be right back.
I'm Jesse Ventura. Stay diligent and question more. Welcome to my world. Come along for the ride. The world according to Jesse. It's my pleasure to welcome back world-renowned astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson. He joins me now to discuss his new book, Cosmic Queries. And I love Neil because he's the only astrophysicist I can understand. Neil, your latest book is a follow-up to another one of your books. What topics did you tackle this time?
Oh, this one is Cosmic Queries, and it's got the deepest questions anyone has ever asked in the...
That bloke's balmy. Right, so... so old Jesse's siding up with this fella now. He's a great friend of his, who support all this Mars crap. This bozo goes out into this interview stating that we possibly got life on Earth from Mars. You know, if you want to have a bit of a giggle at least, go look this up. But, so he believes, so what does Jesse believe? Does he believe people are pouncing around on the moon? He was prepared to call out the 9/11 destruction. That's the only thing he's been right about. A deliberate demolition of a building, not caused through the plane. And he's siding up with his fairy. But, so I'm going to leave a comment for him, aren't I? Does Neil support your facts that the Twin Tower destruction was caused from a planned demolition? If you remember that infamous date, 9/11, you publicly humiliated Piers Morgan, stating that building number 7 was still standing when the BBC reported that it had already been destroyed. You claim to have the videotape of that event, and I actually watched the video broadcast at that time, so I cannot and will not argue that your statement was false. Could you show that video to Neil and record and broadcast his explanation of that event, please? Have a nice day. And I comment on that, so it's there at the moment, but it'll stay there, we don't know. But yeah, his little buddy old Neil deGrasse Tyson. So that makes, does that make Jesse Ventura a shill? A controlled opposition? Make your minds up. And that's the full content of the video. There is no hate speech there. I might have called him a bozo, or I might think he's a bozo, I might think he's mentally challenged, retarded, stupid, but that don't mean to say I hate someone just because they haven't got no thinking brain of their own. My opinion of someone does not mean I hate someone. Of course, no hate towards those people. In fact, Jesse Ventura caused hate on the show when he's been interviewed with Piers Morgan, because they each other accuse each other of being a total liar, and that's based on hate. This isn't based on hate. This is based on a question. So I'm going to send that. If you can't read it, this is me appeal. There is no hate speech in the content of this video. I did not say anywhere that I didn't like anyone, and I most certainly did not suggest I hated anyone. The entire video is based on a question. There is no hate speech at all. Removing this video and giving me a strike is either a mistake or someone hating me for not allowing my content to be published. I suggest you restrain your staff from performing acts of hate against its own customers and reinstall my video and remove the strike. But I doubt you will do that, because your staff obviously hate me. Even that statement is not hate speech. It is mere speculation. So I'm going to suggest sending that up to him. I doubt it'll do any good. But the hate is coming from them, not me. And it's based on a question, because I'm asking, well, you make your mind up. Is Jesse Ventura a sound guy who only speaks facts? Or is he controlled opposite? It's a question. It's a question. It is not hate speech. And yet they give me a strike. But that video was on for months and months before they decided to take it away. So it would seem they've got a situation where they're directing their hate towards me. I can't see it any other way. But I'm not hating anyone. And that's me in the video.